Hi everyone, welcome to our video for the day. I don't know if we'll do another one this week, but this is the video for today. So after my conversation with David Bingham, which was brilliant, loved it, there was loads more I had to say, so I thought, well, I'll make my own little videos to say everything else I wanted to say. So while I talked on that video about the asthma story, so I'm not going to repeat it here, but so if you want to listen to that, just go on to the video with David Bingham and I talk about the asthma story. But what I wanted to add to that, which I forgot, was like recently I'd seen even bigger about that, is that the asthma is no longer there now, but what I've seen is it was never there to start with. Even though I had the experience and the doctors and everything said, oh yes, this is the label for you, and we all bought into it, we all experienced it, that it was never really there. So there was nothing to get rid of. And it was just for me to see that there was nothing there. So when I've looked back, that's what I see now, is I just had an awakening to see that I never did have asthma, and that's why the breathing came back on its own and I didn't need the inhaler, because in the moment of Mark saying that it's all in your head, for once he was right. I'll give you that one.
So am I here now then?
No. So I just wanted to add that to it, that what I've seen. So it's whatever you think you're struggling with, and no matter how real it feels and it looks, that really it's just your belief that's giving you that experience. So it can be anything, and when you see that, at first you might think, yeah, but this, if it's something painful, and I know what you mean, because yeah, this pain, it's proper real, this, Colette, what you on about. But that's the whole game. It's meant to feel real. If you believe in something, you're meant to get a full experience of the reality of it. But really, that's what it all is just an experience of showing you what you believe.
So how do you not believe something then?
Well, to see the truth of it. I mean, I didn't, but with the asthma, I didn't see straight away, although something within me, I'd never been told before, you've not got this, and that's what basically you said. So I looked towards that and saw the truth of it, is my breathing came back on its own.
No, so you should say, like, the reason I said that it was all in your head was I noticed that every time you thought you was going to have an attack, you would look for your inhaler, and most of the time, as soon as you found your inhaler, you wouldn't use it, and you didn't have an attack. So it said to me then, it was, if you knew you had your inhaler, you weren't going to have an attack. So that was like psychosomatic. It was that, but if you hadn't found your inhaler, you'd have an attack.
Yeah.
So to me that meant, well, you're making it up. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
That how can something go away without using it? It's just, just the thought of having it was enough to get rid of it.
Yes.
And then you then saw that yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. So there was, for me, no, all right, I'll get rid of this. It never even entered my head. And I'm glad it didn't, because I think if it had done, I'd have been trying to push it away, right? I need to get rid of this asthma now. And then as soon as you think I have to get rid of it, you start pushing against that, and you get pushback.
I noticed something that you did. Instead of saying, you stopped saying my asthma, and you start, without even thinking, you start calling it the asthma.
I did, yeah.
So that you weren't attached to it anymore.
Yeah, so there was no attachment of claiming it as mine, but there was no pushing against it either. So, because if you push against something, it pushes back, and then it becomes bigger. So I'd say, first of all, if there's anything you want rid of, don't say, I need rid of this, and because you straight away, you're pushing it. So what I've seen, and what David speaks about as well, and a few others like Rona Byrne, have I said her name right? it doesn't matter.
Rhonda.
Rhonda, is instead of focusing in, you expand out, your awareness expands out, and all your attention is on, so if it's health, on health, how it feels to be healthy, but then not looking, but I'm not. You've just got to keep looking for what it is you want, but not with a trying. So it's like,
well, is it not,
just a being, the health of it.
is it not because what you put your awareness, what you put your attention on, gets bigger? Like that video that we saw of them playing basketball.
Yeah.
And it says just watch the ball and see how many times the white team catches the ball. So you're looking, putting your awareness on the ball and the white team, and at the end of it say, did you see the bear?
Moonwalking bear.
Yeah. And like, because you're focused on the ball, you don't see that bear. And then when it says, did you see the bear? Then you become aware. Oh, there's a bear. So then the bear shows up. So it's like if you're focusing on, I have to get rid of this unhealthy whatever.
Yeah.
You're focusing on that. So you're missing the bear.
Yeah.
You're missing the dancing
health.
bear.
Yeah,
the dancing elf.
You're missing the dancing elf.
Or dancing elf.
So if you haven't seen that video, it's in my list of videos. It's a dancing bird.
Elf.
Yeah. And it's worth watching because that's what we're really pointing to. So the things that I've had big realizations of, I've had no attachment to getting. So even the self-realization, I have no attachment that I must get this at all. I mean, it wasn't even in my agenda to get that. I just wondered what David meant with he saw the bus within him, and that's
Claire,
when he had self-realization.
This is what gets me right, is because I've been searching for all this stuff like for years and years and years and years and years, and I'm watching everything and doing, and then you don't even. You just like, when we was watching Sid Banks, you was just reading the book. You just said, "What? Why are you listening to this old man? What are you talking about?" And then you get all these like experiences, and I don't. It really, really annoys me.
Because you have attachment, and you think, I need to get this, then I can be enlightened. But the thing is, we're already enlightened beings, so there's nothing to get. There's nothing at all, and I don't have any attachment that I must get this, but I have seen when I do want something and I have attachment, it does feel like a struggle.
It's like, that's why, like David says, it's effortless, because you're not trying, and I've been trying
to be effortless.
I've been trying to be effortless.
Which always makes me laugh. So yeah, there's no trying and there's no doing. It's just being the healthy person, looking towards and within to happiness, because it's our true nature. Happiness,
being the enlightened being.
Happiness is your true nature. It's who you are under all the rubbish, and all that happens is when you see this, or you get a good feeling by watching videos of different other people, not just us, is that falls away. So there's no doing, it's just a happening, and what's left is your true self, which is pure happiness, love. That's what's always there. It's just covered up. So that it's just being in that pure
so if
awareness
it's covered
of
up,
happiness.
does that mean I have to dig it up?
No, there's no doing.
So it's not covered up then?
It is, but there's no doing. It just falls away, and the more you're just being your true self, it'll not be there.
Is it not? It's not that it's covered up, because it's not covered up. It's there in plain sight. It's just that you're not aware of it, because it's been with you so long. This is what I saw.
Yeah.
It's been with you forever that you've just got used to it, that you don't actually know it's there. And all it is it's what's here now.
Yeah, we're just using words to try to explain to people. And the thing is, words only come so close to what we're pointing to.
Because if you believe it's covered up, then you have to sort of like look for it.
Yes.
And it's nothing to look for.
That's right. Yeah, there is. Yeah, because you are it.
You're it.
It's just realising that you are it. Yeah, so it's just realising you are it, and whatever. See, I'm still trying to say whatever's
Yeah, because in
front of that
I'm
falls
really
away.
simple, maybe.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I like to see it the simplest way. So if
Yeah.
you can show someone the simplest way, how would you do it? I know what I do, but you do what you do.
Well, I was going to say I'd ask a simple person.
That's me. So
No.
I would say then, right? So how do I know? If I was asking you now, how do you know you're here in this room? How do you know that you actually exist in this room?
Because I feel and I experience being here. I'm
You're
aware that I'm here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what you're looking for. That's what everyone's looking for.
Yeah, it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
How do you know that you're here? Well, that awareness of being here right now,
Yeah, 'cause
is it?
yeah, because I'm aware of me here in this now moment.
Because you can't not be aware of being here if you weren't here.
No, I would. Yeah, it's true.
You can't not be something.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
It is
simplest thing.
simple. That's
so
very
simple.
simple. Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone knows it, because anyone that watches this, if anyone does watch it, the person that's watching this, if they're aware that they're watching it, that's self-realisation.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is that simple. But the thing is, people don't see that because they're not looking. It's like when you go in the cupboard and you're looking for the ketchup and you say you can't find the ketchup because you're looking for a red jar, but the ketchup's in a yellow jar, and you, no matter how much you search, because you're looking for red, you're not seeing what's right next to the red jar is a yellow ketchup jar.
That's mustard.
No, it's not. It's yellow in our cupboard. But that's why you can't see it, because you're looking for something it's not. This self-realisation, people think it's got bells and sparkles and it's extraordinary,
Yeah.
and then you'll float soon as you self-realise, but that's not it.
Because you listen to all the stories that people have said, and you say, I want that. Like, when I was listening to Sid Banks, he had this massive enlightenment thing, and someone else did. And because I didn't get that, I thought, well, that's not it then. So, and it's not, the reason why everyone misses it is because it's too simple, that you go and say, well, it can't be that.
Yeah. So
It can't be that.
You look over
It
that,
can't
it's
be,
not that.
It can't be that this awareness that's been with me
All your life.
And even if you think in the past, it's there then. When you think about something in the past, that awareness is there then. It's awareness that's here now. And if you go into the future and think about something that's going to happen in the future, awareness is there then.
Yeah.
So it's always been with you.
Yeah. And it's ageless and timeless.
Yeah.
And it's never born and it never dies.
And it's infinite.
And it's infinite. And that's it. When people have...
Can I say why it's infinite?
Go on.
Because if you think of something as far out as you can, if you could go to even a distant galaxy, wherever you go in that, think about that, your awareness is with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to think of it.
No, you wouldn't.
So
Yeah.
it is infinite.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say now.
It doesn't matter.
Because you interrupted
Because
me.
I'm more important.
In your world. So, what I was saying, so if anyone's struggling with whatever it is, it's like you've accepted that invitation or believe that invitation in the moment that there's struggle here or there's health issues here. But you just have accepted the invitation, you're on a ride, but you could have accepted that invitation a long time ago, like I did with the asthma. I was 2. But you still accept invitations when you're 2. And then it wasn't until I was in my 40s, so that's a long time, I was on that ride.
But what I
Wasn't
can
it?
say as well is if people might just think, well, if that's it, what's the big deal about that? But the thing is, when you just notice that you're aware right now, then you're being in the moment. And in the now, that's because the mind always thinks about the past or the future. It's always hitting you with, yeah, remember when that happened, or what's going to happen now. But when you're in the now, which is just being present now, just being aware of that, then the mind does quiet down, because it can only live in the future and the past. In fact, it doesn't exist at all.
Yeah, it just settles
So there is
on
a
its own.
benefit of being present now,
Yeah.
because in the now you do feel peace.
You do.
And the longer you just become aware of that peace, it's like awareness becoming aware of itself.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to notice it more. It's just noticing what's always been there. But the more you notice it, the more you'll notice it.
Yeah.
So the longer you can see it.
Yeah. It's like when we...
So you can stay more in that peace.
Yeah. It's like when we've been in the countryside and there's no artificial light, and at first you look at the sky and there was those few stars that were so...
light?
No, there was no lights coming in.
dark?
Yeah, you were in the dark, but there was no lights of the house.
You didn't say you was in the dark then.
Oh, God, well, it's night time, so I am in the dark.
Well, it's not night time. You
No,
didn't say it was night
shut
time.
up. So when we were, and we came from the outside, from the inside outside, and looked at the sky for stars, there was only a couple of stars we saw at first.
Yeah, well, you didn't say that at first, did you?
But the more we looked, the more stars appeared. I'm not having you on this video again.
What?
You break up what I'm saying.
Go on.
Right, so the more we looked, there was only a couple of stars at first, but the more we put our attention on it, then the more stars just appeared. It was effortless. We didn't have to try hard to see it. We just looked and just more. So eventually, all we could see was a sky full of stars.
We don't have to try hard.
And you're going to see stars if you interrupt me again.
You don't have to try hard to know that you exist.
No. I have to try hard to make you not exist, though. Anyway.
That's it now.
Yeah, that's that video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll do another one soon. Okay?
I don't like all this abuse. It's rubbish.
Bye.